boys and girls, it's time for us to drill our trick words and then add some new trick words to our mix. So just like we do it at school, when I'm going to say the word, you repeat it after me. Now, I don't have a huge stack here, so we're going to do the stack twice. Then we're going to add some new trick words. So make sure you have a piece of paper, a pencil, or a dry erase board that can help you practice these words. Okay, here we go. Again, hour, said, full pull, talk, walk, was, pretty, family, every. Okay, let's do it one more time. Here we go. Again. Remember we said that if you were Peppa Pig, you would pronounce it again. Our, like our house. Said, S-A-I-D, S-A-I-D. Won't you please spell said with me? Full pull. Can't read sideways. Talk, walk. Was. Pretty. Family. Every. Okay, so let's add some new trick words. Now we know trick words are, oops, I forgot that one. City. City. Okay, so let's add some new trick words. Trick words are trick words because they have sounds in them that don't follow the rules, that don't follow the patterns that we usually see. So with regular words, we could tap the words out. But with trick words, we just can't do that because they don't follow the rules. So we need to remember the difference in the words so that we can remember how to spell it. Okay, this is where you're going to need your paper and pencil. Okay, our first new trick word is the word night. Night. I'm going to move out of the way here a little bit so that you can see the words better. Night. Okay, so what's tricky about night? Well, it has long I for one thing. That's tricky. It has that IGH light I sound that we talk about. And that GH, those troublemakers, they are silent. We call those the consonant troublemakers because they just don't even make a sound. All right, now you can take your arm and write night on your arm. N-I-G-H-T. Maybe you could show mom or dad how we skywrite, or you can write it invisibly up on the wall. Write it down on your piece of paper or your dry erase board. Do it 3 times. Make sure you do it correctly because we want that correct spelling to stick into your brain. Night. Next word. Our next trick word is the word change. Change. That sure looks like Ann. It doesn't sound like Ann. A G normally sounds like G, but when it's got that E after it, it'll sound like J. Change. Go ahead and skywrite it or invisibly write it. Write it 3 times on your pad of paper or your dry erase board. The more times you practice it, the more likely you will spell it correctly the next time you're asked to do that. Next word is the word something. Something. Well, thing is normal. It's the-ing, just like we are used to. But some sounds like this. That silent E is not doing its job this time. E normally would make that O be long and say its own name, but it's not doing it this time. So that's a difficult thing to remember, to put the E in and remember that it's an O, not a U. Okay, practice writing it several times. Now, normally in school, we only do 3 new trick words at a time, but because we're in such a time crunch, we're going to go ahead and do 6 today. The next trick word is the word large. Large. A-R-R, so that's the normal sound, but there's that tricky G again. So the job the E is doing this time, that hard-working letter E, is to make that G sound like a J. But you got to remember to put it on there. Otherwise it would be larg. Okay. Practice writing it several times. Our next trick word is the word 8. 8. Now this is like the number 8, like I have 8 pennies in my pocket. Well, this is really tricky. The long A is spelled E-I. There's not even an A in it. And then it has that silent G-H again, those troublemakers. 8. Practice it several times. The last one for the day is the word carry. Doesn't look like carry, looks like carry. Those 2 R's are going to be hard to remember, and we always have to remember that the Y at the end of a word, a 2-syllable word, can sound like E. So it's doing the right thing in this word. It's the 2 R's and the A that sounds like a long A that's strange. Instead of carry, it's carry. Practice writing it. Okay. Now we're going to do one last thing. So if you've been writing on a dry erase board, go ahead and erase it. If you have been writing on a piece of paper, turn your paper over onto the back where you can't see what you wrote. And let's practice writing them again. Okay? Your first word to write is the word large. And we just finished that one, so it should be easy to remember. Large. Write it down. All right, check and see how you did. How did you do? Large. Your next word to write is the word 8. The number is 8. I have 8 pennies in my pocket. 8. Practice writing it. And check your work. Next word to write is the word carry. Carry. Practice writing it. You check and see how you did. Carry. Next word, something. Something. Check and see how you spelled it. Something. Next word, write the word change. Change. Here's how to spell change. And last of all for today, let's write the word night. Night. We go to bed at night. And here's the correct spelling. All right, last of all, let's read through them one more time. Here we go. Large, 8, carry, something, change, night. Good job. Keep practicing.